Philippines, and hello world! We are here in Muñoz City to meet the former Honorable Miss Lillian B. Hefty, a former Commissioner of Internal Revenue from 2007 and 2008.
We are delightful and grateful that we were given a chance to meet one of the most respected commissioner here in the Philippines.
But before we begin, let us know a little bit more information about Miss Lillian B. Hefty.
Beside us, we have here Miss R. Solomon and Mr. Kyle Mangon, who will interview Miss Lillian Hefty, the former commissioner of BIR.
Hello guys, good afternoon. So are you excited to meet Miss Lillian B. Hefty?
Yes, and also we feel great.
Yes, we are very excited to meet her. So if you are excited, let's go!
Come on, let's go!
Let's go. What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership is the ability to attract, inspire, and influence people and to make things happen. To me, that is the meaning of leadership.
For the second question, Ms. Hefty, may you please describe the key actions and behaviors of the person that you have experienced as your best leader?
Okay, actually the actions and the behaviors of the best leader I ever had. What I can say is he actually possessed the good qualities and behaviors of a good leader. And what are these? Number one is, of course, good character, charisma to people, commitment to reach the accomplishment of what he has planned, effective communication to all stakeholders. When we say stakeholders, we mean all the people in the organization. Effective communication to subordinates, to customers, to creditors, investors, regulators, etc. Then competence, that's another quality, no? Competence to craft the mission, the vision of the organization in collaboration with all other stakeholders also of the organization. Of course, when we say stakeholders, we mean pwedeng subordinates, creditors, regulators, investors, customers. And of course, competence. Another quality and behavior is competence to navigate the entire organization to achieve the goals and to fulfill its vision. Another quality is discernment. Discernment, what do you mean by discernment? In layman's explanation, no? A person has discernment when a person has the capacity to put an end to unsolved mysteries or problems. That's the meaning of discernment. The next quality is focus. When we say focus, it means he is focused on his role as the leader of the organization. That is his main focus, his main attention. That's focus. Then another quality is being generous. He is generous in teaching and helping others to improve skills and to increase knowledge. Another quality of a good leader is, of course, initiative. When you say you have the initiative as a leader, you are creative to introduce new ideas, to effect necessary and productive changes in the organization. Another good quality is, of course, being leader should be and that leader of mine has, of course, has all these qualities. No? Another quality is that he had at that time. He was an attentive listener to all the concerns and ideas of others.
In your opinion, are leaders born or made?
Leaders are not born, leaders are made. So I have to provide an explanation. Okay? A leader is made by himself and by all other people that surround him. They are the subordinates, the customers, the investors, the creditors, and the regulators. A person is made as a leader because of his qualities and behaviors as a person. So it is you who made yourself a leader, and of course the people that surround you.
So for the next question, in your opinion, what is a role model?
A role model is a person being idolized, followed, or imitated by other people.
So, follow-up question. In what ways are role models important for leaders?
A role model is important for a leader because a role model can exert influence on others and can make things happen.
So, may I know who are your role models and their characteristics?
Yeah, possible role models are the policymakers, the chief implementers of the organization, and what are their characteristics? Their characteristics are, of course, the qualities and the behaviors of a good leader that I mentioned, I think, in your number 2 and your number 2 questions.
What have you learned from them?
What I have learned from them. Okay. Being role models, if a person is a role model, other people would always want to follow. Other people would want to imitate their good qualities, their good behavior. In short, people learn from them these good qualities and behaviors. As I said, if you are a role model, you are being idolized, you are being imitated, so other people will follow you, and of course you can influence the decision and the gestures and the tasks of these people because other people will follow you. You are being idolized because you are a role model.
What can leaders do to help others in the organization see the future?
To help others in the organization see the future, the leader should provide trainings, seminars to subordinates for them to increase their knowledge, develop and improve skills. Likewise, the leader should allow and encourage subordinates to participate in the crafting of the vision and mission of the organization.
So, what are some of the actions you take to create a climate for change and encourage risk-taking?
Actions taken to create climate for change and encourage risk-taking. Subordinates, these are the supposed answer to that. No? Subordinates should be involved in crafting the vision, mission, goals, and strategies for the organization. Planning is supposed to be an activity of the leader, manager, subordinates, and followers. Another is build an effective team composed of people who are prepared intellectually, emotionally, and skillfully. Next is provide trainings and seminars to subordinates. The leader acts as the role model to the subordinates. He exhibits competence, trustworthiness, credibility. The leader delivers effective communication to all affected stakeholders. The communication should mention the reason for the change and the future benefit of such change to all the members of the organization and to the society as a whole. Benefits could be in the form of improved performance, productivity, quality of product, and possibly reward to the efficient and effective employees.
So, should leaders let their constituents fail?
Leader should not fail. Otherwise, if he is a failure, he is not a leader. As I said in my definition, a leader can influence others to follow him, to obey him, and of course, a leader can make things happen. If things don't happen, then he is not a leader. He can be a manager, but he is not a leader. If there is no result, no?
How can leaders create a climate of trust and facilitate relationships among people in a work team?
A leader can create a climate of trust and facilitate relationship in the team by doing the following. So our objective is to create a climate of trust, no? Tiwala sa isa't isa and facilitate relationship. How? Number 1, the leader himself should exhibit the qualities and behavior of trustworthiness, credibility, and competence. Next, doing periodic team building for the members of the team. Next, exhibit just equal and fair treatment to everyone. Next, deliver effective communication. Next, affected stakeholders should always be involved in the planning phase. Next, reward doers, punish violators.
Can you tell us about a time you struggled with work-life balance? Did you manage to solve the problem? How did you do it?
The time of struggle with work-life balance, well, my experience in the past was really a struggle in the work. No? What was that struggle? My struggle in the work was when I was given a very huge financial target to raise as the revenue of the organization. That was my task. And what was my problem at that time? I had that very huge target, but I was provided very limited human and financial resources to be able to achieve specific targets and to perform strategies. So those were my limitations, no? Very limited human and financial resources. Now your question is how I was able to solve the problem despite those limitations, right? How? So despite those limitations and difficulties, I was able to solve the problem by making linkages with other organizations who provided help to fill in gaps in the deficiencies of resources. So that's what I did.
And let's talk about your leadership style. How would you describe it?
Of course, leadership style, I think these are just the generalized description, which I can say. My leadership style is that of being participatory, meaning I allow others to participate, especially in the planning, in designing processes. That's the meaning of participatory. Consultative, consult other people, consult subordinates, consult customers. Another, trusting, trust other people. Empowering other people, especially subordinates, and of course, rewarding. When I say rewarding, as I said, reward the doers, punish the violators, or the inefficient ones. That's the meaning of rewarding.
Our interview session. Thank you, Ms. Hefty, for participating in this.
Thank you very much and welcome.
So, ayun na nga guys, natapos na yung interview namin kay Miss Hefty. So, kayo, may natutunan ba kayo?
Ako marami ako natutunan, especially about sa leadership sa isang organization. Ikaw?
Oo, at saka nakaka-inspire yung mga achievements niya sa buhay.
Tsaka alam mo, dahil accountancy tinake natin at accountancy rin tinake niya, syempre kahit nahihirapan tayo, tapos kapag narinig natin yung story niya, parang mas lalong nakaka-pursige mag-aral ng accountancy dahil sa mga na-achieve niya.
Tama. So, ayun na nga, for this video, maraming salamat sa panonood. See you next time. Bye-bye! That's all for today!